what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the hot seat with OG Tony. I almost said the wrong show name. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez, Jay McLovin, and Big Glenn. What's up, motherfuckers? What's
I'm
up?
doing good. What's up, man?
Doing great. Doing great.
I got to tell you, this is top-notch shit here. You cannot find this anywhere. We literally rehearse how to do this bad, but that's okay because you know what?
Yeah.
It makes for good content. Let's go.
Hey, it's a whole lot better. It's a whole lot better than in the car, if you know what I mean.
Man, I'm telling you. I am telling you.
It takes practice to be this bad. I agree. Okay, guys, let's jump right into it. Before we get to our 10 hot seat questions, we did. I'm just gonna use that one as the 11th as a question. So we're just gonna add that to a question because I got other baseball questions. So we'll just jump right into the questions, guys. Okay. Great. First question is. We'll start with Chris, then Jay, and then Glenn. That's where we'll go in order for all the questions. Greatest single performance you've ever seen in basketball, any basketball, whether high school, college, or pro. Chris is going first, Jay's going second, Big Glenn's going third.
Damn. That's a tough one.
Not one in history, one that you actually seen. I know you may not have been there, but on TV at least. Like Wilt Chamberlain's probably one of the greatest, but that was 1962. Right. I wasn't even born yet, and I know you guys weren't born yet. So I'm gonna give one, and it's probably gonna take one of Chris's, so he may have to take the other one. When Miller went crazy and did the choke thing and scored 25.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
I was going to go with that one or the other one. I'm going to say that one. Of course, Michael Jordan's had a lot of great ones too. But yeah, for me, Reggie, and when he went crazy in that Knicks and on Spike Lee and stuff, that'd be the one for me. Okay, Chris?
I'm going to go with, since you went with that one, I'm going to go with actually a college basketball one. And it's going to be, I'm trying to think the exact year. I'm going to say it was around 2008, 2009. Kentucky was ranked number 1 in the nation. And Christian Watford for IU hit like a 25-foot three-pointer at the buzzer to beat Kentucky.
That was 2011, but year
was it 11? I knew it was somewhere around. Yeah,
you're close. Yeah,
exactly what year, but I remember watching that live. Like everybody was going crazy. But it was Tom Crean. It was when Tom Crean made that face on the sideline.
Yeah.
People still make memes and shit out of that photo.
Hey, okay. I hit that meme when Mendoza hit that little dive in the end zone to put the game away a couple weeks ago.
Okay, Jay.
Yeah, I've got 3 of them that I really like. I'm gonna make it super quick. The first one was when Akeem Olajuwon was going up against Shaquille O'Neal and the Orlando Magic in that 94-95, I think it was. Yeah, 94-95 series. And he won it on a three-pointer. And that was so beautiful to see him hit that three-pointer and nothing Shaq can do about it. So that was my first one. The second one is always when when Olajuwon does the dream shake. Because the way he does that fadeaway baseline dream shake is he hits it like money all the time. And the last one was I did actually get to go to this game. It's the only game I've ever been to in person, unfortunately. But I went to see Yao Ming when they played the Lakers, and he got 3 blocks on Shaq, and that was freaking awesome because we all know how dominant Shaq is at that position.
Okay, and Big Lynn.
Man, I tell you what, this is actually a relatively recent one that took place at the end of April, I think. I was in the building for this, obviously, because they still had the Pacers fans on at the time, and that would have to be the Game 5 against the Bucks, where we were down like a bunch of points with like a minute to go. All of a sudden, Tyrese is getting it going, and Nembhard hit a few key jumpers, and Neesmith did some work as well, man. Then alongside with that one, just the other 2 series in the playoffs, and obviously hoisting that Eastern Conference trophy inside Gamebridge Fieldhouse.
Hey, Glenn, wasn't that the game where Tyrese's dad got in Giannis's face?
Yep, because that was the series ender. Yep.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, he got in trouble after that, and but to see us hoist that Eastern Conference Final trophy in person was pretty amazing. Because after all that was done and TNT was done, man, people were outside going nuts outside Gamebridge.
Oh yeah, they were. I mean,
Okay,
you could see it
I
on
had to,
TV
I had,
during that show. I couldn't imagine being there.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
I had to
we
walk
got-
2 blocks north just to catch a ride home. So
Hey, what's up, House?
How's it going, House?
Thanks for joining.
Okay, guys. Our second question for the hot seat questions for OG Tony for tonight is greatest single performance you've seen in baseball.
Damn, that's a good one.
For me, and they kind of all go together, but Reggie Jackson, Mr. October, the way he won some of those games in October,
4 home runs.
that stands out to that stands out to me. Also, like some of the stuff that De La Cruz has done, catches he's made, and then like stealing base, base after base after base, still 4 bases and like 3 pitches. That would be one. I did get to see Pete Rose tie a record live. I'm gonna say those for me. Chris, what about for you?
I was the Dela Cruz thing that you said would definitely be one because, like you said, still in 3 bases and like 3 pitches, and one of them bases being home, where you don't see many players still home at all in the major leagues. I remember watching that live. One's more than a play; it's more of really a moment, and that would be when we went to the Pete Rose Memorial or celebration game this year at Great American Ballpark. Just like the pregame ceremony where they had Marty and everybody up there and bench and some of the old players speaking, and then just everything that was cool to be a part of.
Yeah.
I
was there.
you
with
had to
you
wait
guys.
outside for like an hour and 10 minutes to get into the damn ballpark. I'd never seen it like that before.
You know what's funny about that,
People said
Gonzo,
they said the only time they'd ever seen it like that was for opening day.
you know what the funny thing about that is, Gonzo, is of all the people that were at that game,
Yeah.
we was in line like 5 feet from each other.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's true. Jay?
Yeah, that De La Cruz play, man, I saw that. That was a hell of a good play. But no, for me, man, and this is because I hate the Dodgers. I hate everything about the Dodgers, but I got to give Ohtani props, man. And was it game 4 in 2025 series where he had 6 shutout innings, 10 strikeouts, and 3 home runs. I don't know if anybody, you won't ever see that done because nobody plays two-way like that. But that's got to be offensively and defensively the best game that's ever been played. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a good one. Big Glenn.
This one I had to really think about, but Billy Hamilton ran so that Ellie De La Cruz could walk or whatever, however you put that. Seeing Bill Hamilton come up through the Dayton Dragons, and stealing all those bases, and how fast that dude was, holy shit! I know, Gonzo, you know what?
We went
God.
and watched Hamilton play some in the
Dayton.
minors as well.
Yeah,
Dad was a big Hamilton fan.
Yeah, I wish it would have been.
Oh, Dad, remember we sat through that rain delay for like a 2-hour rain delay. Waiting so we could watch him play.
Yep,
Yeah.
sure did.
Hey, as much hype as he had behind him, man, that's worth every single second of it, because
they're at Victory Field, and then one time we went to go watch him, and like that day or the day before they announced he was getting called up, so he didn't play. We just got to see him in the dugout. But he didn't play because he was getting ready to leave to go to the Cincinnati.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that
Okay,
dude. Maybe not performance, but just the fact of that time period, like 2011, 2012, when he was coming up through, seeing all that speed.
Okay, guys. Next question is greatest single performance you've seen in football, college or pro, or high school. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay, come on.
Football, one of them is going to be Peyton Manning Monday night game. We were live at the game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. If I remember correctly, he threw for like 7 or 8 touchdowns in that fucking game, like 3 or 4 in the first half. Hell, I know you remember that game, Dag. Actually, I think that's the game on the way home where we got pulled over. If I remember, correctly.
That's when I got pulled out of
Yeah.
the car for being Mexican.
But
It's fact.
that's one of the best games I ever seen Peyton Manning play. Like everything was money that night. They blew them out. So and that being there live was cool. When the Giants upset the Patriots in the Super Bowl, because I had a bunch of people at the house. Uncle Tom was there. I think that might have been the last Super Bowl I got to watch with Uncle Tom. And it was when he made that helmet catch when it looked like Manny was going to get sacked. And I remember everybody there, me, Steve, Tom, I think Jeremy, a bunch of us was all there. Everybody was going crazy. That's all. Always remember that moment. And then college football just happened a couple weeks ago. Like that Mendoza run.
Mendoza plays
run in the national championship game. And then the interception in this championship game, I'm always going to remember. And I know what you're getting ready to say, the Omar Cooper catch against Oregon.
Catch against Penn State.
To beat Penn State.
Penn State, yeah, that's one of the craziest catches I've ever seen.
But this whole IU season in football was some of the craziest shit I ever seen. So,
real quick, guys, I'm gonna tell that story real quick. We were coming back from the football game. If I remember right, Chris, didn't AJ get pulled over for speeding?
Yeah,
got pulled over for speeding. Well, the police officer sees me sitting in the passenger seat. I guess he tells that I am part Latino. I guess he thought I was full Latino, and he comes over to the car and he asked me my name, and then he asked for my ID, which when I always went to football games and stuff, I don't drink, so I don't need an ID. So I never took a wallet, keys. I'd grab $40, stick it in my pocket, and go to the game, have some money to buy pop or whatever. I just didn't see the point sticking a wallet in my back pocket when you're in big crowds if I didn't need to. So I didn't have my ID. And he pulls me out of the car and takes me back to the police car, a good 20 or 30 feet away from their car. And it's gotten cold. I just wore a little jacket, and it had gotten cold because the wind picked up like 40, 50 miles an hour. So it was cold. And I went to put my hands in my pocket. Keep your hands out of your pocket. I said, man, I'm cold. I said, I'll tell you what, put me in your car then. I said, I'm cold,
Right.
And dude was being a jerk, and then he goes to Chris and AJ and said, "Do you guys know him?"
We don't know him. We don't know that guy.
Hey, we thought about saying no, we don't know him. We just picked him up down the road.
He's some random Mexican that we picked up at Home Depot parking lot.
So I'm probably out there 10, 15 minutes before he finally lets me get back to the car and go. But we was in a small town by Knightstown. There's a lot of farms there, and there's a lot of people that would work picking tomatoes and stuff. So I guess he thought I was illegal, even though I don't speak Spanish, the fucking moron. But anyway, but that's the story.
Then he came up to the window and said, "How do you guys know him?"
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most irate you could possibly be, 1 being it's just my kid, no big deal. If they would have said that we don't know you, how angry would that have made you?
No, the reason I would have been angry is because that moron, once they said that they did know me, probably wouldn't have believed them and still would have took me to fucking jail. So that really would have been angry. Chris would have been looking for a new place to live. My wife would have killed him. No, Chris wouldn't have had to worry about living anymore.
If you want me asking, Chris, how old were you at the time?
22, 20, 21, 22.
Young buck.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were a young
Yeah.
buck then.
Actually,
Back then. Okay.
I was no, I was 20 or 21. I
Oh,
think
damn, you probably
21. I
just
think
got legal.
because
You just turned legal.
Austin was like a year old, if that.
Yeah, that was
Hey,
a
not
lot
to
of
be,
fun.
not to be funny though, Tony, but you can't not go leave your house and not have an ID on you. You better have that ID on you.
Well, now, especially now, yeah, no
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah, that's what I'm
We're
saying.
doing
Like, when you
that-
leave your house,
well,
no, and I'm not trying to be
yeah,
racist or anything, but you got to have that
this
ID
was-
on you.
Yeah, but Jay, this was 2002. I wouldn't think, I didn't have to. I didn't worry about that back then. Yeah, now I would. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Hell, you can have your ID on you now, and it wouldn't make a difference.
Yeah.
In some places,
Yeah.
might get shot.
Man,
Okay,
I'm
guys.
telling you.
Go to if you go up to 4 2nd and post road, you'd be hear some bullets be flying.
Yeah. Okay, Jay, your turn. Football.
Yeah, I remember watching Earl Campbell do this, and before there was a Jerome Bettis, and before there was a Travis or Henry, and then before there was all these big running backs. The original one was Earl Campbell, and that guy, I'll never forget it because it was just before my birthday in 1978. I was 6 years old, Tony, and I just started getting into football at that point. And I hadn't really made up my mind. This is almost about this, maybe right about the same time I started becoming a Cowboys fan. And I remember watching Earl Campbell, and he ran over, and I think it was the Los Angeles Rams linebacker Isaiah Robertson. And Tony, he put his helmet in that dude's chest, and then threw him back, and then stepped on top of him as he was running over. He legitimately ran over, and then he ran for 19 yards. And that was a famous play where, Earl always had a tearaway jersey. So by the time that play was over with, his jersey was just about off of him. And all he had on was shoulder pads.
Yep.
That was crazy. That was crazy. That was violent as hell, man.
Yeah, Earl Campbell was one of my favorites. I really enjoyed Earl Campbell a lot.
Tyler Rose.
Big Glenn.
Yeah, obviously the comeback against the Patriots in 2016 Utah game at the RCA Dome is one, and the other one for me would be the Andrew Superman Luck comeback against the Chiefs in 2015.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Question number 4: favorite songs that you have seen performed live. You can have more than one. Chris, what about you? Favorite songs you've seen performed live?
Well, one is going to be Black Hole Sun performed by Peter Frampton live in Indianapolis, Indiana. It's the best version of Black Hole Sun I've ever heard. It was awesome. I actually a lot of times still listen to that. You can find it online, but it's you can find a version of it online. But to get to hear it live there at a Rib Fest in Indianapolis, that'd be one.
Was that the same year you seen the guy that we saw at the Jim Orsay there? Forget his name.
No, this years ago.
No, this was you're talking about Kenny Wayne Shepherd.
Yeah.
No, we saw Shepherd a couple years before that.
A few years before that too.
But it was at the same Rib Festival. Just actually the Rib Festival had moved from the Murat over to the White River Park or whatever. Yeah. Then of course John Mellencamp, Crumbling Down, because that was always one of my favorite songs. So getting to see getting to hear him do that song would have to be up there. Man, I've seen a lot of bands. Tom Petty, getting to see Tom Petty live, doing the Wildflower CD. That was cool, especially because that was one of my grandma's favorite CDs. So getting to go watch him do that live was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorite CDs as well. But grandma stole my CD. I had to go get a new one. She loved that CD. You could hear you could hear 3 blocks down the road. You could hear her jamming the Tom Petty while she was doing dishes and cleaning and stuff.
Yep, you could. That's true. For me, real quick, I'll go.
One more.
You
have one more.
Go ahead.
AC/DC. For those about to rock.
I was going to say that.
Live at Conseco Fieldhouse. That was what it was called at the time.
Could you be any more commercial driven? Come on, Gonzo. I expect you to know some B-sides, AC/DC. Let's go some B-side. No, I'm just kidding. That's a good. That is a really good song.
No, it was the performance, dude. They had all the cannons out there.
And the cannons and shit.
It was just the whole thing was just it was.
And Brad Johnson was the singer, correct? Or Brian? Is it Brad or Brian? Is that Brian Johnson?
Brian Johnson. Brian.
Yeah,
Brad Johnson, the quarterback.
Yeah. No, but he was a singer though too. Oh, I see what you did there. I see what you did. Okay,
I was helping you out. Brad Johnson's a quarterback.
Yeah, Brian Johnson's the singer. Brad Johnson's the quarterback. He's helping you.
Thank you. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hey, didn't Johnson win a Super Bowl? I'm pretty sure he won the Super Bowl with Tampa Bay.
I think he did.
I think you were about to say he did. He won it with Tampa.
Tampa Bay. Yep. 2002.
I told you, hey Gonzo, have I ever been good with first names? Come on, man. There's a pattern here.
I was helping you out.
Hey, you know what is a pattern though? Is the fact that the Buccaneers beat the Raiders in that game. So.
For me, guys, John Mellencamp. The first time I seen him in '82, and the American Fool Hour album just came out. Seeing Jack and Diane, that one for me. Another one, seeing Bob Seger live, Like a Rock. That was really good. The AC/DC one too. That came to mind too. Then there was a band that played. I didn't know a lot about them. My wife got tickets for me and Chris, and we loved the concert. Blessed Union of Souls. They were outstanding in the concert. They had a couple of songs they really stood out to me. I think me and Chris was on our feet the whole damn concert. I mean, they were really, really good, really impressive. And I didn't know a lot about them. Honestly, before
I Believe on the piano.
Did Leonardo
by himself just with the piano? That was awesome.
Yeah, so it's very good. I'm sure there's others. I've seen a lot of bands. It's been a while, but Bad Company, Paul Rogers, Silver, Blue, and Gold. That version of Silver, Blue, and Gold is just outstanding. Yeah, that's one for sure. Jay.
Yeah, man. There's so many iconic ones that I've seen, man. If you want to, I guess the most iconic person I saw was Jerry Garcia from the Grateful Dead in I'm going to date myself, probably like 1995, I think it was. He passed away, I believe, in 96. And I saw him in Japan in a little bar called Gutter Cats. And there might have been maybe 7-8 people in this whole damn bar, Tony. And it's about the size of a closet. And he had just a little low acoustic guitar. And he was doing a bunch of songs, little acoustic songs, and playing for the crowd. I mean, like I said, playing just for a few of us. That was probably the most iconic one. But honestly, there's a lot of good concerts. I've been fortunate. I know you like Black Hole Sun. Peter Frampton. Do you feel the way like we do? That is freaking phenomenal.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I've seen Frampton 4 or 5 times.
I love it. And I've got to see him too. And I love it when he does the voice box. And he goes, "I want to fuck you," and I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, let's go, man, let's go." Anyway, Peter Frampton is fucking phenomenal. So I can understand
real quick, Jay, when he does that Black Hole Sun version, he uses the talk box.
Does he?
It's badass.
And again, hey, you can't go wrong with Peter Frampton, right? I mean, honestly, I have no doubt the man did it good because everything I've ever heard from him was amazing. So I have no doubts. The reason why I enjoyed Black Hole Sun by Chris Cornell so much is because he was on a solo tour and it was all acoustic. Like there was no instrument, electric or nothing. And he was just him on stage, just him. And I got to go interview him backstage in his dressing room. And that was personal for me. So I loved it. Yeah. But he's so raw, dude. When he's singing it with like no electrics, no reverb, no nothing. It's just him and a guitar. Bro, when he wails it, you can feel it, Chris. Like you can feel it in your bones, man.
Is Frampton in the Hall of Fame?
I'm sure he's got to be. I can't imagine he's not.
Pretty sure he is.
But and then I think my second favorite moment outside of that was when I got to meet Jerry Cantrell at an Alice in Chains concert, and that one. And I met Slash because I got to go backstage and I got to see that's when Velvet Revolver was touring with Alice in Chains, and I got to go in the dressing room of Slash and Jerry Cantrell, and that concert was freaking Tony. When you talk about heavy metal or just rock, it was a beautiful experience, man. Crazy.
I did have another one popped in my head because it was just this year. Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
He came out a couple of the songs you got 40,000 people just rapping the songs with him.
Yeah.
And then there's 10, 11-year-old kids rapping the songs with him. And you got 50, 60-year-old men. It's just crazy. But yeah, that was one of the cooler moments I've been at a show was getting to see Snoop there, especially seeing it at Great American Ballpark as well. So that would have to be one of my favorite moments.
Okay. That's awesome.
Oh,
Big Glenn.
Man, I got a short list, and it kind of falls in which in your guys' wheelhouse. Kiss, I got to see him the last time he was in Indianapolis in 2023. That whole concert was amazing. Def Leppard at Lucas Oil Stadium in 2022 when they had the big super show here. My favorite song out of that whole set from all the 4 bands that was in that one was probably Pour Some Sugar on Me, because once Def Leppard started to play that song, you could just see all of Lucas Oil fucking rise out of their fucking seats. That was an amazing visual seeing that.
Hey, you know, Tony though.
Hey, what's up, Mike Hughes?
Mike Hughes.
Oh, what's up, Mike? Let me tell you
What's
something.
up, Mike?
One concert I wish I could have gone to, but I was too young at that time. I would have loved to have been at Live Aid and watched Freddie Mercury and Queen. I mean, I would have done anything to see that performance. It was so
one that just
iconic.
popped in my head. Marilyn Manson.
Oh, you saw Marilyn?
At Pierre's in Fort Wayne. This is a small venue. I bet you there was. I would say maybe 300-400. It probably holds 300-400 people, something like that.
Right.
Maybe a little bit more than that, but not much. But yeah, and getting to see that show and that like an intimate, not in a real big arena. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I do have one more before we go to the next question. That would be
Fort Wayne,
obviously Rob Zombie. That dude's the fucking man.
Yeah, Rob Zombie.
I've seen Rob Zombie too.
Well, that dude, everything he puts on is theatrical. I mean, he's good.
It's some good shit, pal. Yeah.
I saw him and Alice Cooper together. That was Alice Cooper was real good.
Actually, I just remembered this. I barely remember. I remember, but I don't. I really don't remember. I barely remember the music part of it because I was probably 4 or 5 years old, and my parents went to a place called Mockingbird Hill. It was somewhere in Indiana, and it was like a country festival concert. And Johnny Cash.
Oh hell yeah!
And showed up an hour and a half late, and coming out of a taxi cab drunk, and got up on stage and performed. I remember him showing up. I remember a little bit of the music. I don't remember a lot of the music part. I'm not going to lie, but because I was very small. I mean, I'm gonna say at the oldest I was 5. Well, I was always. Really
it's not like you're tall now, Tony. I mean, how much smaller? What are you, like a miniature version? What are you, like 2 feet?
Put this way, Jay. 8th grade, I weighed 58 pounds. So imagine what I weighed when I was 5. So I probably about 25.
That's a skeleton, Tony.
I was probably about 25, 30 pounds when I was 5 years old at that.
Real quick, and this goes to Gonzo. I know how much you love Foo Fighters. I used to go to this venue all the time up in Wisconsin. It was called Summerfest. And I remember when Dave Grohl came out with the very first album, the one that has the Foo Fighter gun on it, you know what I'm talking about? Has This Is a Call and all that stuff. Monkey Wrench was a later album, but you know what I'm saying. And I got to see Dave Grohl on a side stage, Tony, a side stage, and maybe there was probably 300 people at best, about 300 people. And I'm telling you, when I tell you, look, I was like right here. I was right here, and I had my name, and it said Army on my shirt. It said Army on it, and I was like, Dave, you rocking. And he says, okay, that guy in the Army shirt, he scares the ever living crap out of me. But I love you, guy. I love you. You know what's funny is after that was over with, I called him because he had sunglasses and a hat on, and I said, hey, Mr. Grohl, can you just sign these drumsticks? And I had a pair of his signature drumsticks, and Dave Grohl signed the drumstick. It was so freaking cool, dude. It was. But that's before he got really, really big. I mean,
I got a question for you, Jay.
Yeah.
With Dave Grohl being on the side stage, who the hell was on the main stage?
Oh man, you know what? Hey, that's been so. I think Collective Soul, at that time was really big. Shine, I think their song Shine had just came out, so they had a really big influence. Yeah. But I don't really remember much on the main stage. I just knew that Dave Grohl was playing, and I love Dave Grohl, and I was like, man, I'm gonna do everything I can to go to that man's concert.
Billy Buzz mentioned Phil Collins. I got to see Genesis live,
Oh,
and
wow.
I seen
Phil
Phil.
Collins.
I got to see Phil Collins do in the air tonight live. So that's another one I just
That'd been
remember.
cool.
Hey,
Yeah, that was cool.
hasn't Phil Collins, hasn't he filled in on drums though for other big bands?
Yeah, he was with Led Zeppelin.
That's what I was thinking. I was going to ask you, wasn't he on with Led Zeppelin?
Yeah,
Yeah.
look, Billy
Yeah.
saw him live with Led Zeppelin.
Yep.
Man, let me tell you something. That's one band. If you had the privilege to see the Doors or Led Zeppelin or anything like that, man, that's or Kurt Cobain with Nirvana. Those are like iconic performances, that you'll never get to see again. It's crazy.
Okay,
Well,
guys. Next question.
good for you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. Next question. Favorite comedian you've seen live?
Oh man.
And if you haven't seen any comedians, that's
have.
fine. I think most of us have.
Yeah.
For me, Chris is going to take one of mine, so I'm just let him use it. The guy I can't even remember. This has been many years ago, probably 86, 87, 88. We went to the comedy club here in Indianapolis. Dude was real big. I don't even think he does comedy anymore. I forget his name, but he went by the Prince of Darkness. And
Oh, that's weird. That's crazy.
he was one funny son of a bitch. I tell you what, I seen him a couple of times, and he really stands out to me. Chris will say the other one. I wish I could have said I seen Richard Pryor live because he was my favorite. I'd never seen him live. But I seen there at one point. I went to a lot of comedy clubs. There was a guy named Mike Robinson. I seen a lot in India. Black gentleman. He was really good. But yeah, the one that stands out to me was the Prince of Darkness. Chris.
Dave Chappelle. I know that's what you were talking about. That's the best show I've seen live. Comedian.
I plead the fifth.
Jeff Dunham.
Jeff Dunham. Yeah.
Franked him live a bunch of times, and that was good. Man, I wish I could remember the guy's name. He was on Bob and Tom a lot. I want to say his name started with a G, his last name, but he was on Bob and Tom a lot years ago, and I got to see him at Crackers Comedy Club in Indianapolis. The dude was
okay.
Was there a guy on there that used to be like Gaffigan or something like that? Or
Yep, that's him.
Gaffigan. I remember Gaffigan.
Jim Gaffigan.
Jim. Yep. Yeah, he's good.
I got to see him live at Crackers Comedy Club in Indianapolis, and that shit was hilarious. But Dave Chappelle is my favorite I've seen live.
Yeah,
dude, I was hurting when we left Emmons Auditorium that night at Ball State after Chappelle. And some of it is because he called out the two boys that was with us, told me they didn't have no hair, didn't even have hair on their balls yet. Asked them why they were at the show.
Why were you looking at their balls? Do you No, that's interesting. I'm gonna explore that for a minute. Chris, do you often look at men's balls?
I didn't say I was looking at men's balls. So what the hell are you talking about?
You said before they had hair on the balls. That means you knew they had hair.
That's what Dave Chappelle
the two little
said.
boys that was with us out saying, "What are you guys even doing at the show? You ain't have hair on your balls yet."
I literally thought you said, "I'm sorry."
Come on, Jay.
Looking at balls because you have balls on your mind for some reason.
Hey, Trump, you looking at little kids?
All right, is it my turn or is it Glenn?
It's your turn.
I was trying to find the picture, and I know I've got it somewhere. I just can't find it right now. But I got to go see Ralphie May in Houston because he's from Houston, right? And I got to go see him in concert. Of course, he's passed away now. But man, that guy is fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah,
he is. Yes, I can see Ralphie May is only the one I've really ever seen.
Okay, all
I would
right,
love to go see Adam. I'd love to go see Adam Sandler.
Oh,
Yeah.
me too. Yeah, me too. I would like to go see Joe Coy. Honestly, Joe Coy is
Joe
hilarious.
Coy's good, and I like that Michael Blonstein or whatever his name is.
Well, what do you think about Matt Rife? What's your opinion of him?
He's okay, but I like that
haven't watched much of his stuff,
Blonstein a lot
to be
better.
honest with you.
Yeah. No, I was just curious. It's not a favorite of mine, but I was just curious of what y'all thought about him.
A lot of ladies like him. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, they do.
So I have three. Red Fox, Stanford's Son. That's one of my favorite shows from back in the day. I mean, it's before my time, but I can turn on that on 24/7 TV and watch that on repeat. The other two are John Witherspoon. That dude is funny as hell. And shit, because he played in Friday. Then the third one be obviously Adam Sandler.
Okay, I did get to see one just came to mind. I seen him live at Vegas. Gilbert Godfrey. I seen Gilbert
Oh,
Godfrey
shit.
Oh,
live.
yeah.
But what was crazy about that is we bought tickets and we bought tickets at the back. And this lady looked at us and she said, "Come with me." And she took us up to like the second row.
Hell yeah.
So
dude.
I paid like $25 for tickets a piece and was sitting up there in about the $95 or $100 table. I don't know why that lady did it, but she did. And he told a lot of corny jokes, but then he got to the end of his set. The last 30 minutes was nothing but all racial stuff, and
wow.
he was funnier than hell. I mean, he was unbelievable. He was very funny.
Somebody I'd like to see would have been George Carlin.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Most definitely. Because there's a lot of shit that he talks about in his shows that is kind of like how today's life is and shit.
Seinfeld would be a good one to have seen too.
Oh,
I think-
absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
That would have been number four for
he's
me.
got that intellectual comedy, though. Like, you have to think about that comedy.
Yeah. Okay,
Dad
guys.
used to be a
next
big
question.
Seinfeld fan.
Yeah, I watch a lot of Seinfeld. The guy,
Yeah.
the dream guy for me to been seen. I've told Jay to watch him, but I know he hasn't yet. Is Don Rickles. I would have been Don Rickles. I would have given anything.
I know who Don Rickles is. I believe he used to be on the
Rickles.
Carol Burnett show.
Rickles.
Did he? Was he on Carol Burnett?
Yeah, I
Or
think
you
so.
thinking
Yeah.
Tim Conway?
Yeah.
Oh wait.
But you didn't say that. You said Rickles.
Rickles. Don Rickles, not Wrinkles. Don Rickles.
Oh, I thought you were saying Don Rickles. That's why I haven't. That's why I did. Okay, well, I'll watch it. How you spell that last name? Is it Rickels?
I'm not sure.
I'll find it. But okay, I'll figure it out.
Yeah. He was a roast master. Fantastic. Yeah, you need to check him out, Jay.
If you get offended easy, you don't want to watch Don Rickles.
Yeah.
That's up Jay's alley then.
Yeah. Yeah. I would tell a couple of jokes.
That's mildly.
Yeah, I could tell a couple
man.
of jokes, but I'm afraid we might get canceled, so I better
Yeah.
not. Worst thing you've ever ate. Worst thing you've ever eaten.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh no, I already know what it is. Damn. Yeah, that's
Guys,
horrible.
the worst thing for me probably was I was like 7 years old, and they told me I was eating roast beef. And then after I ate a ton of it, they told me it was cow's tongue, and they showed me a raw cow's tongue, and then I threw up violently.
Oh my god.
After they showed me that, so I still remember that. I mean, I got sick and sick and sick. I was like 7 years old. I still remember that. That's probably the worst thing for me. No, I ate some pickles pig feet. Dude brought in some pickles pig feet. And I always eat pickle sausage and stuff. So I'm sitting there and I'm gnawing on this pickles pig feet. And I look down and I see these hairs on this fucking foot. And I about come unglued.
Yeah.
I about come fucking unglued. Seeing these hairs. Yeah. That was the worst thing. I come unglued.
Wow.
Why would you leave hairs on a damn foot and expect me to eat it?
Why would you eat fucking pickled pig's feet?
I'm about to say, Tony, come on, man. What are you doing?
Your grandma used to eat them all the time.
That don't surprise me. Grandma was a hillbilly.
Hey, listen, you might as well just go eat some damn chitlins while you're at it.
Hey, no
I've
wonder
never
why
had chitlins.
it's no wonder why Yokozuna was putting that shit in fucking mayo and shit, you know?
Yeah.
You for this, yeah.
Chris, what about you?
It would have to. I would say probably liver.
Okay.
Yeah, liver's horrible. That crap's horrible. And there's no damn sauce that you can put on it to make it taste any different than liver. I've tried all the sauces, and I can never get it to not taste like liver.
Yeah, I would say probably liver is probably the worst thing.
I could eat liver. My mom would make it into almost like a stew with potatoes and carrots and a gravy. So it just was almost like a stew. She made it that way for my dad because my dad didn't like onions. She liked liver and onions, but he didn't like onions. So she'd make liver and she'd make that kind of stew type. I could eat that. Not something that I craved or anything and wanted, but I mean, I could eat it. So, Chris, anything else or just liver?
Probably just that. There's not a whole lot of things that I really have tried that I haven't liked.
Jay, what about you?
Yeah, my mom used to make liver and onions too. And you know when liver is bad when you throw it down because your dogs are under the table and even they won't eat it. Man, that's how you know something's bad. But anyway, for me, I don't like cottage cheese. That's number one. I cannot stand cottage cheese or ricotta cheese. Either one of those two. I don't care. I don't like either one of those two cheeses. And that's why I can't eat lasagna, Tony, because they put all those cheeses in it, those ricottas in it. And I can't, Tony. Just even now, I want to throw up thinking about that bullshit. That's number one. I got three. They're tied. Then the second one was olives. I cannot freaking stand olives. I can't. I cannot do an olive. I can't do it. God, I've tried. I've tried so many times. I cannot do it, man. And then
I don't do cottage cheese, but I've never tried it, so I can't say that.
Yeah.
Whether
man,
I would
it's
like
nasty.
It or not.
I mean,
you
might like it.
I look at it and like I ain't eat that.
Yeah.
But no, I like olives though. Olives aren't bad.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, any
olive.
sandwich that has mayonnaise on it, yeah, you might as well pass me up.
Really?
And then the last one, Tony, the last one is goose liver pate. I don't care how much that crap costs. It sucks. Don't ever eat goose liver pate.
Don't even sound like it'd be good.
No, it's not. But it's called frogois. That's the French name. The French name is frogois. But yeah, you're eating goose liver.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what, Chris? You'd be surprised how much they charge you for that bullshit.
Too much.
Yeah.
Glenn, what about you?
And I tell you what, I'm gonna be honest. I've been lucky to not have anything awful over the years of my 38 and 3 months a year of business.
Okay.
So the only thing I could probably think of is probably sushi, but I don't think I've even tried that before, so I can't say.
Yeah, I've never had sushi.
Oh, I've had sushi. Sushi doesn't bother me. I can eat sushi. Like the spicy tuna. Oh man, give me a spicy tuna roll. I'll do that any day.
I got some cottage cheese here, Jay, if you need it.
No. I got some Fromunda cheese. Do you want some Fromunda cheese? I got some of that.
I don't know about that.
I got a whole skipping batch right now. Anyway, I'm sorry. Tony, please.
Okay, guys, let's go to the next one. Most disappointing band that you've ever seen live. For me, and I hate to say this because he's a legend, but he just don't know if it was a bad day or what. Bob Dylan. I seen Bob Dylan live, and I did not care for him. I probably did. I don't know if I understood 5 words that he said the whole fucking concert. I hate to say that, but that's just I'm being honest.
Yeah, no, I can see that. Bob Dylan, for me, his voice is almost like an acquired taste because it's a very weird voice. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Chris, what about you?
You said that we've seen live.
Yeah. And if it's not live, that's okay.
No, I have one. I can't think of the guy's name off the top of my head, but it was Foreigner. You don't. What's the singer's name, Dad? You're going to know what show. You're going to know what show I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was Downtown Muncie.
Downtown Muncie.
He was the main lead singer for Foreigner. I can't think of his name. He had.
Was it something Graham?
Yeah, Lou Graham. He had Lou Graham. He had
to be drunk or fucked up or something.
No, he had brain tumors.
Oh, is that what it was that night?
Yeah, he had brain tumors and had surgery. And when he came back, the band basically, because when he came there and said it was Foreigner, it was him and 3 or 4 other guys. They were fighting over the name. He had a band and they had a band. They kicked him out of the band because he couldn't sing anymore.
Yeah, it was. I was disappointed because I was.
Yeah, he didn't have his voice.
Being a good show too, because BTO played opened. They were good, but yeah, I was disappointed. That was probably one that live would have been Lou Graham because I mean I'm a Foreigner fan and he didn't sound nothing like himself that night.
No. That's true. Jay, what about you?
Yeah, for me, I used to love Saliva when Josie Scott was the lead singer. But when he left the band and they put that new lead singer in there, I can't even remember the guy's name. They were horrible. I saw them at Daytona and Bike Week, And when I heard him go live, I was like, this band sucks ass. And because the guy just couldn't sing, like much like Foreigner, he couldn't sing, Tony. And when you can't sing those songs right, it's like, why are you even trying to sing them songs? So yeah, that would have been my worst one. It was in Daytona. That was the worst concert I've ever been to.
Okay.
Outside of when my mother made me go watch New Kids on the Block because my sister wanted to go and she made me go. And I can't do the right stuff. No, it was the wrong stuff, Tony. And I had to listen to that crap.
I'll probably never get that out of my fucking head again after seeing you do that.
Yeah, that's going.
I'm gonna have fucking nightmares, Jay. Thanks.
Yeah, you're gonna be waking up at 3 in the morning, Tony, and waking up with these sweat. Yeah.
Maybe next time you decide to go dance,
Yeah.
turn your camera off.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, well, fuck you too.
What about you, Big Lynn?
All right, so obviously I referenced the Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Poison, and Joan Jett Super Show earlier on the Def Leppard being one of the best. Unfortunately, Motley Crue was the last one to go up, and Vince Neil's voice was shot. So my Melissa's point one is obviously, his voice was done. And it's
I've seen them twice, and the only reason I didn't say them was because the first time I saw him, he could still sing, and it was freaking awesome. But then the last time I saw him, his voice was shot, and it wasn't near as good. But that's the only reason I didn't use that one was because I'd seen him once where it was.
Yeah. The only reason why I picked that one obviously is because I've only seen them one time, but I know the legendary and everything. You know, when you get up to his age and all the drugs and shit, you know, your voice kind of goes away. So,
okay, guys, I got 4 questions left. Next 2, I'm gonna do 2 baseball questions. The first one is, guys, does Suarez make a difference for the Cincinnati Reds this year? Is he the bat that they need to get them to the next level? They made the playoffs last year, didn't go anywhere. You know, got put out first round by the Dodgers. But could this be the guy with 49, 50 home runs last year? Could he take him to the next level? And I'm not even say the World Series, but maybe win a playoff series or maybe win the division and maybe get a better series matchup than not have to play the Dodgers first round. Chris, what about you?
Yes, I think he's going to help the Reds. I think the additions of him and some of the other guys that they brought in as big in names. I think that we have a better roster this year than we did last year. We're healthier as well going into it right now. I know it's still. Well, actually, we only got a few weeks before spring training. So, no, you're adding a guy. We needed a power bat. We're adding a guy. He's basically a right-handed Kyle Schwarber for a lot cheaper. You look at his numbers. You look at Schwarber's numbers. They're pretty similar last year, and you're getting him for a hell of a lot cheaper than what Schwarber would have been. And a lot of people was hoping Schwarber would have came, which Schwarber would have been awesome to have. But I think getting Suarez, and then I think, and you also have Sal, the rookie from last year that came up toward the end. That's a power bat. So now we're going from a team that really didn't have a power bat last year to that could be a team that has two big power bats in the lineup. So I think it was a good move for the Reds, especially only having to pay $15 million. And you have an option.
I think it's a great deal.
You have an option for next season as well. So I like the move.
I think it was a good deal. Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, didn't he? Hey, this is his second stint with you guys, isn't it? Didn't he? He was.
Yes.
If you can get the 2018. If you get the 2018 offensive 283 batting average Suarez, then yes, I think he can help you. But if you get last year's Suarez, where he batted 189, then it's going to be a long climb. And so it just depends on what version of Suarez you get. If you can even get the Arizona version of Suarez, where I think he batted like 256, that might not be bad.
Well,
yeah.
I know he batted 189 at the end with Seattle.
Yeah.
But I think for the whole year he's about 215. Something like that for the whole year.
But think about that. I mean, like 250. The average is in baseball. The average is 245. So if you guys were if the average is 245, that means he's way below average.
Yeah,
he
you can live with a guy
out a lot.
You can live with a guy being below average if he's hitting 49 home runs, though.
Yeah. If he
And
gets
that's
100
the ride or
RBIs,
die, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you're right,
yeah.
Gonzo. If you can afford to take that, then yeah.
well, it's the same thing with
Well, the thing is, he's going to be mostly a DH for us.
yeah, he's not going to play
He's not going to play a whole lot of third base because we have Hayes.
because we got to go and glove third baseman.
So like he's going to be mostly a DH. So
Right.
Maybe
yeah,
I
and when I think last year too he had some injuries. I think he'll hit the ball a little bit better as well. He was real good. He was good last time he was with the Reds, and he left the Reds for more money. But
Right.
Reds is a home
for 15 million.
Reds,
I think it's a good calculated risk.
Yeah.
You're not overpaying for a guy, and if the production works out like you think it could, you got him on a good deal. So I think it's a calculated risk. It's not a real big risk because you're not sinking $100 million into the guy.
Yeah.
Right.
And for in the Reds ballpark for a real power hitter, that's a good ballpark. We don't have a lot of real power hitters. Suarez, I mean, he should have a good shot to be able to hit 50 or more home runs there. He really should. Big Glenn, what do you think?
Well, when I saw the news, I loved it a lot. I know Frankie and Jay was kind of like, well, yeah, he's a defensive liability, but he's going to be DHing for us, and I think it's going to be good just based on the simple fact. A lot of our games last year, we would lose those games, 2-1 or 1-0 because we couldn't get anybody to home plate. Like the Pete Rose game that we all went to, Chicago against the White Sox, man. We couldn't get enough people through home plate to keep up, So
had bases loaded 3 times and didn't score no runs.
Thing is jack shit. So yeah, having that bat is going to be
he's not a great defensive player for sure.
Yeah, but they're not bringing him in. They're not bringing him in for his defense though.
Yeah,
I was about to say that if you're putting him at DH, you're bringing him in, like you said, to be a power hitter. And we'll see what he does.
Yep. Next up, guys. Valdez signed with out of nowhere. He wasn't supposedly even talking to the Tigers. Valdez won, and out of nowhere, that's where he landed for at least a couple years. Chris, what do you think about that? That's a nice 1-2 punch with their pitching now with Detroit.
Yeah.
What do you think? Does that make a difference?
Oh, I think it's going to make a big difference. You're taking a team that for most of the year last year looked like the best team in baseball, and then fell off toward the end. So a little bit now they basically got 2 aces in their rotation. Yeah, I think it's a great move by Detroit. You strengthen up your starting pitching, and like I said, most of the season last year, like they were the best team in baseball. And then they had some injuries, and then they just kind of fell off toward the end. But if I remember right, they made the playoffs, didn't they?
Yes, they was in the playoffs.
Still made the playoffs. Just fell off from the division and stuff. But yeah, I think it's a real good move. Like you're adding a good pitcher with already having the 2-time Cy Young school. So I get, yeah, I like it.
Do you think that makes them the favorite in the American League?
I think it could, especially going in preseason.
Yep.
Just because what they looked like most of the year last year, then adding.
Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, with Fromber, it's going to be a good pickup for them. I mean, they'll put him behind. I'm sure Skubal will lead it off. They probably have Valdez behind him, things like that. I mean, he's going to help the Dodgers out, and AJ Hinch knows him really, really well. So he's going to fit in there under that system with no problem. And I hope he can get back to his old form because honestly, last year he wasn't really that good. I mean, he was okay, but he wasn't like elite or great. He had like a 3.66 ERA. A 1.24 whip, 187 strikeouts, 13-11 record. Now you can't put all of that record on him because some of that was kind of their offensive woes that they were having. But I gotta tell you, man, that my biggest problem with Valdez is the fact that he's an emotional guy. And now it's nothing wrong being emotional, but you have to harness that emotion. And sometimes he lets it get the better of him. And I think the best example of that is when he hit his catcher with that ball, when he wasn't looking. And that's the biggest thing about him. You got to keep him in check. And I think AJ can do that. AJ has a good way of talking to people. So I think if he can keep their emotions under control, that'll work out well for them. I don't know if I don't know if it would have been 37 million though. I still think they overpaid for him. But
Okay, Big Glenn.
I think it's a good move, and that it keeps them in contention to be in the top of the AL. Whether or not they can get past the Blue Jays is a whole nother story for another day.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. They were a good team last year, and that should help them on paper for sure. So we'll see if it pans out. Got one last question, guys. Biggest upset in sports history. Mine is Buster Douglas knocking out Mike Tyson.
Yeah, that was huge.
That'd be one. That was one of the first ones that came to mind to me. Would this qualify, guys? Would it qualify to say IU from what they were being the worst team in college football, and within 2 years go 27-2 and win the championship?
The only reason I'm going to say no is because Cignetti used the transfer portal really, really well, and he also drafted pretty decently. But I think that transfer portal and the NIL really helped him recruit. So, and I think, obviously you guys know Cignetti. He knows.
Can I ask you a question? Why do you hold that against him when the transfer portal?
I'm not holding it against him.
No. You're saying that don't count, but why wouldn't that count when that's available to everybody? It's not like that's just an advantage for him.
I guess what I'm saying is, if he didn't have as many, I understand what you're saying, because he did get a lot of three-star players. If you really go by the star system, so he did develop. I mean, it's a good comeback in terms of progression from last year to this year. I mean, I guess you could say Vrabel. If we're going to say that, you might as well put Vrabel in there because he dumped them from last place to the Super Bowl. I mean, if they win it, that's got to be the biggest comeback ever. But I do see what you're saying, Gonzo. So. And that was a hell of a good season that they came back from.
Yeah, I don't know if I count it as the biggest upset. I was just saying though that wouldn't I was just saying what you were saying wouldn't like it was an advantage that he had to nobody else.
Right.
Everybody has that portal and
you're right. You're not wrong.
For me, I'm gonna say Miracle on Ice. The U.S. hockey team beating Russia. To me, that has to still be the biggest upset for like one game. Would have to be the Miracle on Ice. But I do think, to your point, if you're going to go about IU, the angle I would go with is the national championship game. That's one of the biggest upsets. I know IU was a favorite in that game, so people are going to say it's not an upset. Miami had 50 4- and 5-star players on their roster. IU had 7 4-stars on their roster. So if you go by their rosters, that would be one of the biggest upsets ever.
I think
if you go by the talent disparity in the rosters by ratings, because we know the talent disparity wasn't that big. If you go by ratings, that would be one of the bigger upsets because of the numbers.
The only reason I was saying upset and I was using 2 years is because IU 2 years ago was finished. They was picked to finish last in the league. Yep. They picked, I don't know if it's last. They picked to be the 15th in the league, and they only lost 2 games that year, and then the following year they won it all. I think that's pretty. Maybe it's just a great story more than an upset.
In my eyes, I think it's the best turnaround in sports history. I think it's the best turnaround, coaching job, turnaround, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, turnaround, taking a team from the losingest program in history to national champions in 2 seasons. Like that's and only lose 2 games in that whole span, and both them being to the 2 teams that played for the national championship that year.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So like I say it's the best turnaround in at least I've ever seen.
Yeah, the 2 that come to my mind, obviously the most recent one to me was in the NFL anyway, was the Brady-led Patriots over the Atlanta Falcons. I thought that was a hell of a comeback for them. But the one that I saw the biggest comeback I've ever seen was when Warren Moon led Houston Oilers took on the Denver Broncos, and John Elway single-handedly put them back in that game. And the crazy thing about it was, Chris, they had 32-point lead, and they had 9 Pro Bowlers on defense. So 9 out of the 11 were Pro Bowlers. And by the way, that's when Pro Bowl used to mean something, not like the watered-down version now. I mean, you have 9 Pro Bowlers, and you got Warren Moon as your quarterback. I mean, what are they doing? And they just couldn't get it done, man. And they did that twice, Tony. They gave up those big leads twice. I think they were both against the Broncos. I swear to God, I still think that game was fixed, but I can't prove it.
And I have one more real quick. The other biggest upset besides Miracle on Ice to me would be I mentioned it earlier: New York Giants beating the undefeated New England Patriots in the Super Bowl, keeping them from completing the undefeated season and the Super Bowl championship. That has to be up there with one of the biggest.
Yeah, that's a
biggest upset.
Billy Buzz. That's a good one. So I remember watching that fight in '78.
Oh yeah,
live.
Spinks over Ali. Yeah.
Yep, that was a big upset odds wise. Man, I don't know if that was bigger than Douglas and Tyson, but it was probably close. It may have been bigger. The odds.
Hey, let me ask you this: what do y'all rank George Foreman's title that he won, heavyweight title that he won at the age of 60? Where would you? I mean, and he came off the couch to do that.
True. The boxing was pretty down at that time. Still pretty big. Pretty big. I'm not taking anything away from it, other than the talent wasn't that great at the time. That would be my only thing. Big Glenn, what about for you?
Yes, I'm gonna go look on this one, but it ain't IU. And Gonzo probably knows where I'm going with this, and this is relatively recent. The Peacocks beating Purdue in the NCAA tournament a couple years ago.
Oh, 16th seed.
Yeah,
Beat the number 1 seed. I think was that the only time, or has it been twice now?
I think
it was the second time.
I think it was the second time.
Okay.
Yeah, because the first time was UMBC Golden Retrievers beating the Virginia Cavaliers. So.
Who the hell names their team the Golden Retrievers?
Oh no, that's
like saying, what about the San Jose Chihuahuas? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, no shit. Yeah,
you got something against Chihuahuas? Fuck.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I mean, I bought one, because I wanted to improve my ethnicity, so I got one. And he lived for 16 years. His name was Harley. He lived for 16. He lived a long time. No, I don't have anything against Chihuahuas. They're just yappers, and they bite your ankles when they get pissed off at you. And that dog was he was a little asshole. But anyway, God, that dog was mean. That dog was freaking mean.
Well, you've had mean ones, but the one I got now is not that way.
Oh, Pablo's not mean.
No, Pablo's
Pablo,
good.
Pablo cries a lot. Why does he cry so much?
Scrappy was the crazy one.
Yeah, he was mean. Scrappy was mean. Pablo, he used to not whine much, but honestly, he started whining after Scrap left.
Oh, so maybe he's missing Scrap.
Maybe that's when he started to become kind of a baby. He's kind of a baby now.
Scrappy was mean to people if he didn't know you. If he knew you, you were cool. Yeah. But if he didn't know you, oh yeah, especially adults. Now kids, he was great with kids.
No,
he loved any kids. But adults, if he didn't know an adult, oh yeah.
I got a funny story. Yeah, I got a funny story to go with that Peacocks and the Purdue game that year. So I think the game was on a Saturday. I called in the JV local sports radio. About the end of the show at 6:00. Just before 6 o'clock. I was like, you know what's going to happen? I was like, I told him, I was like, hey, Purdue's going to lose that game tomorrow night. Sure enough, they did.
Well, guys, that's all I've got for today. Tomorrow night on the Hoops show, Thursday night Hoops, we will
Hoops. Oh, Thursday's football.
No, Thursday night blitz. What I'm talking about hoops. I'm all messed up. Excuse me. Sorry.
Hang out with Dave too much.
Hey, no, it is. Well, I tell you why. Because it's going to be a special show tomorrow night. Because it's going to be a mixed show tomorrow. It's going to be like me, mixed. It's going to be Thursday night blitz. Thursday night blitz. New England and Seattle, hillbilly and Mexican. We'll be talking that. I also got some NFL stuff like make your bet type thing. And then we also will be talking, because tomorrow is the trade deadline for the NBA at 3:00. We'll talk some trades and stuff too, as a special thing at the end of the show. So that's tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern. 9 p.m. Central. And then Friday, of course, Friday afternoon show, we're going to be talking, of course, Super Bowl. And then we're going to be talking about the Winter Olympics. Preview that a little bit. And Jay, little
Curling
information
started
for you.
today.
Yeah, that is going to be on NBC. You can watch the ceremonies if you want to see it live at 2 p.m. on Friday. Now, then they'll show up in prime time at 8. Also, CNBC, NBC Sports Network will have it. And it's also streaming on Peacock. And you can also get it for free on NBCOlympics.com. You can stream that way too.
NBCOlympics.com. Okay. I'm definitely going to watch that one then.
Yeah, you can stream that way too. You got Peacock, you got NBC, you got all this stuff. So
I know curling started today, and I think that Vaughn, was it Friday or Saturday she skis?
Yep. Yeah, the curling started. I think, if I remember correctly, I think USA is going to show just American stuff. The only American team or Americans, that's what they're going to focus on, the USA side. So if you're interested in most of the USA stuff, you can watch that. Now, if you want to see the whole, regular broadcast, you can see it on Peacock and NBC and stuff like that.
So you said it's CNBCOlympics.com?
No,
Okay,
just Olympics.com.
Let me give it to NBC.
Okay.
Network, USA Network. Then you got CNBC. That's their I think their financial channel. But yeah, they're like the financial financial news channel. And in the evening time, they'll show Olympic stuff. And then NBC SN, that's a sports network. They're going to show stuff too. And then streaming wise, it's streaming on Peacock and NBCOlympics.com.
That's the one I wanted because I'll probably be on the road driving back, or I'll be riding, should be driving. So I'm going to watch it in the car. Okay, cool. Appreciate that.
Yep. So that's just a little information for everybody. Hope everybody has a great night and stay warm. It's getting cold again here in Indiana, unfortunately. Colder. I mean, it's cold, but it's going to get colder again. So everybody stay warm. Everybody stay safe.
Cold.
Well, we're going to be back down to in the zeros, and so it's crazy enough for me. My little Mexican ass. That's too cold for me.
I'm telling you, man. Tony,
I ain't no fucking penguin, man.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Hey, we got 3 days of the 70s coming up, and then next week is all in the 70s. It's all in the 70s. Tony, I'll be out there in shorts and a t-shirt, and I'm gonna be like,
I hope you fall in that damn creek again or whatever you fell.
Why would you say that? You know I have a problem with that. Why would you say that, Tony?
Still be warm.
Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube, and we'll see you guys next Wednesday.